What's up, hotheads? Welcome back to the Sauce Lab with your sauce boss. And today we're making our flaming fermentation. In part one of this series, we started fermenting some habaneros and pineapples and onions, and also some bell peppers that I had roasted and peeled and marinated with good old Bowmore whiskey. And we've let this rest now from the 16th of February. Today is the 29th of March. You do the math. I would say it's close to about 40 days. You know, usually I would like to keep this for about 20 days, 40 days, have a really strong flavor on this. I've been taking care of this every day. It's a lot of fun. As I showed you last time, we have a nice vacuum cap on this, so it allows the air to escape, and I can pump it every day. Actually, you come back to it every day and you check it out, and it's got bubbles coming through it. It looks really healthy, and when you pump it, the water level comes back up, so it's always submerged. All the ingredients inside are all submerged, and you get the smell. And guys, I wish you could smell this because it smells beautiful, right? We put in a lot of spices, some cardamom and nutmeg and cinnamon in this little tea bag, and I'm about to open it, guys. So first I'll release the gas. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard that. That was good. Here we go. Yeah, this is the best part. Oh yeah, it's got some vacuum. There we go. Very clean. Very clean and beautiful fermentation, guys. Check it out. When this shit goes wrong is when you'll have some white growth on it or something, but this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Very pungent, but not too pungent. I'm getting some sweetness out of this. Okay, so next step, now that this is open, I'm gonna send this down to my lab. We're gonna drain out the water first and keep it aside, yeah? And all the ingredients in here, apart from the plug, that onion on the top, we're gonna throw it into the blender and really mash it up so that it's a proper mush, and then we'll give it a taste. Once that is done, then we can look at the texture, maybe add some of this brine back in to bring it to a nice texture. No, actually rewind that. You don't want to add the brine yet. You're going to take the mash, right? And then we're going to run that mash through my straining machine, and that's going to suck out all the liquid. All the liquid out of that will come out, and we'll separate that liquid. That's our hot sauce. We could go with a pulpy hot sauce. That's an option. You could keep it as a mash, add in the water, get it to the right texture, and then you have a mushy sauce with particles in it. Or you could strain it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still thinking about it. So I'll probably mash it up and taste it. And then I've got this Russian honey. Check this out. It's beautiful stuff, guys. My father-in-law and mother-in-law brought this for me from Russia, straight from the farm. And it's super floral, right? So then we can bring some sweetness, but you got to be really careful when adding sweetness to a fermented sauce. If you add too much, or if it doesn't work right, then it just gets very weird, you know? So maybe we'll do some small batches and test it out. So all right, guys, that's step one or practically step two, since we fermented. And now we're gonna send this down to the lab. I gotta gear up and get cleaned up, and I'm sorry we can't take cameras in because they're running production in the manufacturing, so we gotta go in there. But I'll let you know how this comes out, and I'll bring it right back. See you in a couple of minutes. What's up, hotheads? So this is our test fermentation. Before I go on and start to do funny stuff with my whiskey fermentation, we can play with this one and see how things work out, because I'm using some new equipment to process this that's a little bit scalable. But again, this is just for fun, so let's check it out. In this one, I added some nutmeg, some cinnamon, habanero, pineapple, and a lot of cayenne pepper, so it shouldn't be as spicy. Let's see what we got. Let's release that gas. Oh yeah, that's what you want right there. That's what you want. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, this is super clean, guys. Very nice, not too strong. I think this is going to be beautiful. Take a look at this. Now that's a clean fermentation, guys. So what we're going to do with this one, we'll pulp it up first. Let's pulp it up. Let's see what it tastes like without a little bit of honey. See how the honey reacts with this one. But it smells so different from the whiskey fermentation. It's like two different sauces completely. I really can't wait to see what we end up with. We'll be right back. All right, hotheads, here we are. We've got our bottles back from the factory. This is the Bowmore, and this is the Funky. So I went down there and I did the mix with them, and I did the Funky first as a test. You can see the color. It's a beautiful color we got in this. It's like a nice orange color, and I didn't do much to alter it. It's pure natural, no thickeners, no stabilizers, and it's holding quite nicely. All right, so we got a nice texture on it. It's not too runny, it's not too liquidy. It's very nice. Not too much heat. You got a nice fermented flavor. You got the habanero, you've got the pineapple, and it's just a very basic clean sauce. Is it worth waiting 40 days for just 3 150 ml bottles like this? To me, hell yes. Because this is really good stuff. This is what I would eat with a pizza. There's nothing like this. I mean, this is super clean. You know exactly what's gone into it. All the flavor is natural. All the sourness and the depth and everything, it comes with time and fermentation. And it just makes it beautiful. Yeah, love it. Now, this one was a new one. So this is our Bowmore Whiskey fermented hot sauce. And I added Russian honey in it, straight from the farms. Beautiful stuff. Nice color on it. Yeah. I used a new grinder that we had downstairs, or blender, colloid mill, and it really broke the hell out of the sauce. So there's no particles in it. Whoa. Okay, we got a bit in there, but good. You can see the texture on that. Nice. Not too much particles or anything. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. You know, I've tried sugar before, and it kind of conflicts with the fermented flavors. In my opinion, it doesn't come together. And this Russian honey is very floral, and I added a little bit more of the Bowmore whiskey in there too. Not too much. You can see it's working beautifully for me. I love it, man. I love it. This is awesome. Great stuff, guys. So there you have it. Funky and Bowmore. Now's the fun part. I gotta come up with labels for these puppies, just for myself. This is all for fun. Like I said, this is not something I can scale. And I'm gonna use AI to come up with the labels. One of my friends suggested trying out Mid-Journey, and I've got a couple of ideas, rock and roll inspired, you know. I'm gonna try out Mid-Journey and come out with some funky labels for this, and let's see what we come out with, all right? Now, next step. As I told you, it got pulped, yeah? It got really pulped. So we didn't end up with very thick remains, but I mixed it all up from the Funky and the Bowmore, and this is what we ended up with. Now we're gonna try and turn this into a rub.